So guys, as I said, the problem with this Mercedes is this little hose that connects the injection system and this little motor over here that my guess is that this is for the idling, and the hose connects to them underneath the intake manifold. So it is falling constantly, and without it the car doesn't even want to start. So in the moment I'm working on a few projects, this is one of them, and I don't really have the time to do this properly. For me to do this properly, to install the original hose, I have to disassemble the manifold and everything that is around it. And I want to do that, but as I said, I don't have the time to do that at the moment, and at the same time I really need this car to be able to be moved, to be running. So what I have come up is, let me show you. I'm sorry for the mess, but as I said, I don't have time to clean anything. Everything is a bit of chaos, in a bit of chaos at the moment. So what I've come up for the moment is to use, I have these pieces to connect them like this and to replicate that, with the difference that this is gonna be much longer than the original, so I can disassemble the injection and the motor separately and connect them properly to the new pieces and install them without disassembling everything. And the other option I'm gonna try first is to use this one whole piece, because there is enough room in beneath the manifold to just install this and bend it like this underneath, and that is gonna be even easier. So if these two options don't work, I have third option that I don't want to get into. I'm gonna start with this option, then I'm gonna try this option. As I mentioned, I'm gonna connect these two over here. I have actually found the perfect candidate to connect them. It was miraculously, this miraculously appeared in front of my eyes. I didn't even knew that this was in my possession, but I found it by accident. So this is it, guys. I'm gonna start disassembling, and I'm gonna try with the simplest of the options, and I'm gonna see how it is gonna go, because this car is been sitting for a while. You can see how dusty she became while it was disassembled, and I didn't have the opportunity to do anything about it. So yeah, this is it. Let's get started. Okay guys, this is out, but there is this type of rubber mount that sits over here, and obviously it wasn't holding anything, so now it fell somewhere beneath the engine, and I'm gonna have to find it. But first I'm gonna find a way to disconnect this plug that is behind of the injection system, so I can free it and move it around easily. So guys, here it is. This is how this thing looks like, and the question at the moment is, what am I about to do, because this is the membrane that the hose goes into, and you can imagine how hard it was for me to get my hand through here when everything is burning, and you can see how tight of the gap is, and I had to get to the point that I'm going to try to get this out. Yes, now it is out, and this is the other side that the hose goes into, and I had to get my hand over here through the manifold, through this little tiny gap, and without knowing, because it happened without any notice, without me ever finding out where the proper place for that hose is, I had to find my way through all these tiny places and find the proper position of that hose, and I actually burned my hand on 2 different spots trying to do that, and since then this was constantly coming off, and now unfortunately there isn't enough room for me to install a bracket on this membrane, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to install that piece of hose without constantly falling out of place. So yeah, I'm gonna try to figure something out. Otherwise, as you can see, everything over here needs to be disassembled, cleaned. There are gaskets, probably hoses. I don't know what is going on actually. I think that I'm gonna have to put a giant amount of work and time into this project, but I don't have a choice. I already took this path, I'm gonna follow it through. So I'm gonna try to figure out this problem first, and then I'm gonna worry about everything else.